Hello YouTube family, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Sharida. Welcome, and if you are a returning viewer, thank you all so much for the love and the continued support of my channel. Today's video, you guys, wow, we are going to get into 22 fragrances that were the best releases. I have these all in my collection. And now that I just sit and look at them, 2022 was a good year for fragrance, I must say. So if you want to hear the best 22 fragrances released in 2022, then just keep watching. All right, you guys, so this is 22 fragrances. So obviously we got a lot to get through. We're not going to spend too much time on any of these fragrances except for this first one. This first one is newer to my collection, and when I tell you it is a love, I want to take a little bit of time, because when I tell you that this new release from Navitus Parfums, Chocolate Queen, the collaboration with the stunning Miss Gabby Love's Perfumes, is this chocolate fragrance. When I tell you, not only is it a love, it's called Chocolate Queen because it might have taken the crown. Y'all know how I feel. Y'all know how I feel about my beloved Gourmande Coquin. But this baby right here has just stolen my heart. And when I tell you, I have worn this fragrance 5 days in a row. 5 days in a row with a collection this size makes absolutely no sense, first of all. Okay, so this fragrance, when I first read the notes, I don't see no florals. All I see is like caramel, you know, fudge, hazelnuts, praline. I mean, it was like dessert on dessert, like food on food on food on food, chocolate on chocolate, a little bit of Irish cream in there. And I was like, girl, what are we going to be smelling like? I thought that this absolutely would be a foodie gourmand. It is not. This perfume is amazing. Okay, in my opinion, this is an exquisite chocolate fragrance. I don't know what is going on over there at Navitus, but I have now 3 perfumes from the house, and now I'm just like, I've been missing out. I've been missing out because Chocolate Queen is everything. This wears so beautifully, and it is, like I said, it's not foodie. You have this boozy quality. There's chocolate there, but it is not screaming. Like, you know how you spray like chocolate greedy, or you know, if you have chocolate fragrances in your collection, you know what I mean. Like, it's like, hey, this is chocolate. I don't know what they've done in this mixture, in this potion, but it just smells like amazement on my skin. And if no one told me the notes, like the breakdown, the components of this fragrance, I wouldn't know what was in it. I get like sweet, a faint hit of nuttiness. You don't know what kind of nut it is. There's hazelnut in here, but you don't pick up, oh, hazelnut. I get some Irish cream. There's a little, like I said, there's a boozy quality, maybe a little bit of fudge, but the way they have blended this is, if you are afraid of foodie gourmands, this you do not have to fear. Oh my God, like I could see putting this on for a formal event, all the way down to like just a sexy date night. I wore this to work. This is a very versatile chocolate fragrance. This has such an opulent air and quality to it. You know how like when you put on your MINNIE at Demi, you would wear this in the same circumstance, okay? I feel like the only criticism I could give is because this smells so good, I wish this projected further. Like, I want the people down on 5th Street to smell me from 1st Street. Like, this smells so beautiful to me. Gabby, girl, listen, I'm a little speechless. I'm a little speechless because I wasn't expecting it to be this good. I just knew that Venom of Love I was so impressed with that one. I loved it. Okay, this one is probably gonna be good, but I know it ain't gonna be, you know, honey. Honey, this, I don't know, for some reason I get like a hint of spiciness, and there's amberwood in this fragrance, so I don't know if that is what is lending it a slightly spicy quality, but you have this cornucopia of gourmand notes, and they come together to create something that is magical. If you love chocolate fragrances, you need it. Even if you don't like chocolate, you need to get your nose on it, because like I said, this does not wear or smell anything like a typical chocolate fragrance. And yeah, my favorite chocolate. This is my favorite chocolate right now, and I am beyond impressed. For as far as the longevity on this, I feel like this is only giving me a good 5 hours. I wish it did last longer. Like, that would be a criticism. But I feel like for this price point, the quality of this scent, you need it. You need it. It is beautiful. This is one, honey, I don't mind decanting and topping myself off after 5 hours. Now, some people say that this lasts like 8-10 hours on their skin. I haven't seen a bunch of reviews, but the couple I have, it's very subjective. Performance is very, very subjective. So I wore this multiple days in a row, and for me, I don't get the best longevity, but I would say it's definitely moderate. This is not going to be a skin scent. It's not going to be gone in 2 hours. Moderate performance, amazing scent profile. So yeah, if you were thinking about it, pondering on the fence, honey, yes, absolutely yes, 100%, because I am obsessed with Chocolate Queen. Now, we done spent a long time on Chocolate Queen. Let's get on to the other ones, all right? Okay, so again, we're gonna go through these very, very fast because we don't wanna be here all day. The next one is also from the House of Nabatus, and this is Raised Spirits. I thought that this reminded me so much of MINNIE at Demi upon first spray, and I was like, why would they have something so similar smelling? But no rush to judgment. You have to give your fragrances a couple wears before you can really even form a real opinion about it. I wore this to work the other day, you guys. This is so beautiful. It is boozy, and the French oak at the bottom, the base, that is what the magic is for me. It is so woody. It's boozy. It's got other gourmand components. It has the pimento. It has the caramel. It has the tobacco. So when I say that is why I was getting like this MINNIE at Demi in the beginning, or Changing Constance. So if you have either of those, just test this first to make sure. But I do find that after the initial opening, this goes off into a very different direction, very unisex. So unisex is this may lean masculine on some women, so definitely get your nose on it first. But I loved Raised Spirits. This is such a comforting, cozy, boozy scent for me, and I am so grateful to have added this in my collection during the winter, because I'm going to be spraying the living bejesus out of both of these. All right, you guys, so next up on the list is going to be from the House of Oud. This is Ruby Red. Ruby Red is a stunning ginger balm. It's got florals in there. It's got some tuberose. It has ylang ylang, and it keeps it very creamy, and it doesn't make it feel too stark, too white, too much like Twilly, okay? When I first sprayed this, I was getting Twilly, and I was like, what is it? Like, why does it smell so close to Twilly? That is only in the very initial, like 1.5 seconds. This is very refined. It is opulent, and it dries down to like a candy ginger smell. So if you're a lover of ginger, you absolutely need to get your nose on this. Like I said, very refined, but slightly floral because you have the tuberose, and definitely just one to have for this time of year. Beautiful fragrance by the House of Oud, and this is Ruby Red. I love this one. I love you. All right, guys, so next up is one that it had me shook. It had me shook because I hated all of the Libres, but they shut me up with this Libre La Parfum. I had to put this on the back burner because I'm like, oh my God, like I'm getting through this little bitty bottle. Like I was so afraid to like get a larger size, because I was like, just in case, you know, my nose was mistaking me when I tried this on in the mall. Let me just go ahead and get the smallest bottle. Big mistake. Should have gotten at least a 50 ml, because this is a very beautiful, sweet, sexy orange blossom fragrance. I don't have anything like it in my collection, and I'm proud to say that in 2022, honey, I finally became a part of the Libre gang. Love this one. Again, that is Libre La Parfum. So next up on this list, Oriental Enigma, honey. This is hazelnut. It is a sexy saffron. It is sweetened with dates, and it is for the gourmand girls. If you like Oriental fragrances, you know, I think you would love this, but you have to love hazelnut. This is very nutty. Again, but it's sweetened so beautifully with dates. This wears like no other in cold weather. And this Art Nouveau collection from Alexander J stunned me. I need to get my hands on the others. The next one that I will definitely try to look at getting is an Ode to Rose, because the notes look quite exquisite. All right, so since we're on Alexander J in this Art Nouveau collection, Imperial Peacock, it is a very sexy, I will say sensual, okay, sensual vanilla that is heavy on the cinnamon. And typically I don't like a heavy cinnamon. I had to declutter Angel Share last year because the cinnamon was just too OD, but for some reason this works beautifully on my skin. So you have a very prominent almond note in here, and it's very surprising that I love it so much, because typically now I have to have something like tonic or creamy in my almond, you know, my almond note fragrances, because I don't want to smell like a literal, like they can really start to turn can of nuts on my skin. This doesn't do that. So cinnamon, almond, a heavy dose of vanilla, and you have rhubarb in the opening that dies down, okay? The rhubarb is quite punchy in the opening, but it does give it a very unique characteristic, which I enjoy once it's calmed down. Again, that is Imperial Peacock, beautiful cinnamon vanilla fragrance, and I highly recommend this one. All right, so next up, Chelsea Nights, probably the latest release if you're watching this current day, latest release from Bond number 9. This is very sexy, okay? This is a very scrumptious saffron. Ooh, it's got some sesame in there. Hazelnut again, but cacao. It is definitely like a cacao forward fragrance. So if you typically like fragrances like that, you will love this, provided that you test it and see, because I feel like it does have some polarizing notes. It's got oud. It's got a little bit of patchouli, I think. But again, sesame, very sexy, okay? But the thing about this is not super sweet. So if you're a gourmand lover, but you don't like your gourmands to be super duper like syrupy sweet, this one you definitely need to check out, because this is very spicy, warm, and sexy. This is not overly sweet, which can also make this lean a little bit more masculine on some women's you know, skin. So test it, pop in and test it. But honey, this thing is gorgeous and a fabulous release from the House of Bond number 9 this year. Again, that is Chelsea Nights. All right, you guys, so another one, oh my gosh, love it first sniff. This is am I saying this right? Mandorle or Mandorle? I don't know. This is from the House of Soradora. So as soon as this particular house dropped, this is a new house for 2022 as well, but as soon as it, you know, came onto the scene, this particular fragrance is what you heard all of the influencers raving about. And rave right they did, because I have the Discovery set, and this one is by far my favorite. You guys, if you did not like rouge smoking, hello. This is giving me every single, when I say every single thing I wanted rouge smoking to give me, I thought rouge smoking was gonna give me. This is similar to a rouge smoking type of fragrance, but it is better, like better, okay? This is going to give you 10 hours plus on your skin. It's moderate projection. It's not a beast mode, but you will definitely be able to smell her. You will definitely get compliments. This fragrance has heliotrope. It has the cashmere. It has rum. It has suede. It has an abundance of tonka bean. And this actually is giving me more cherry, of a cherry scent, or like little tweak of cherry in the background, more so than rouge smoking, because rouge smoking actually has cherry listed. This one does not have a cherry note listed. So sometimes if you have like heavy doses of tonka bean or cumin or something like that in a fragrance, it can pull a little cherry. Definitely pulled a little cherry for me on my skin, but it's vanillic, it's powdery, it's boozy, it's a little touch of leather in there. It is so beautiful, and I'm so obsessed with this one. Stunning fragrance from the house. And if you have not smelled anything from Sorador, get yourself a discovery set. And you know what? I'm gonna give one away. I'm gonna announce the giveaway right now. Leave me a comment below. Let me know that you are interested in a discovery set from this house, and I will send it to one lucky subscriber, okay? Yeah, because you need to get your nose on this one. Again, that is MANDORLE by Sorador. All right, guys, so the next one on the list is not even a fragrance per se, but they have the fragrance. This is the body spray. This is Coffee and Whiskey, honey. This is from Bath & Body Works, okay? I'm not even a body spray type of girl like that, but I have a couple in my collection. Sexy is I don't know what, okay? I have the body cream too. This blew me away because it smells just like a Black Phantom by Kilian. So I don't have the actual fragrance to this because I have Black Phantom. But when I tell you, we layering, okay? We layering this with the Black Phantom, finally have the perfect base for that fragrance. And if you're looking for a dupe of that, this is it. You don't have to spend all the coins, but keep in mind, these collections, they're here today, gone tomorrow. So if you've been wearing this and just loving it, and they go away, give Black Phantom a try. I know so many women think that it leans a little bit too masculine, but if you have grown to love something like this, I would say revisit Black Phantom because they smell very much so alike. All right, again, that is the Coffee and Whiskey line from Bath & Body Works. Okay, you guys, next up is going to be from the house of Boho Boco, and this is Wet Cherry Liquor. Yes, I mean, I couldn't do, you know, the Tom Ford Lost Cherry, but I feel like I get the fix of that from this, okay, at a much more affordable price point. I don't think this is a dupe or smells exactly like Lost Cherry. I don't, but if you are looking for, you know, like a sweet mixed with a sour cherry, something very boozy, and you know, just a wonderful cherry, like sexy date night fragrance, and this is it. This is sweet, and I found this to be a very enjoyable scent that performs. Okay, this one performs in comparison to Lost Cherry. So if that is just not within your budget and you are dissatisfied with the performance, Wet Cherry Liquor by Boho Boco, definitely get it on your radar because you may love this one. All right, you guys, so next up is going to be from the house of Narcotica, and this is Dulce Diablo. I've raved, ranted, gone on and on about this fragrance in so many videos because it is that girl. This is apricot, it is cacao, it is white sugar, it is rum, it is everything. It's very sweet. So if you love sweet, fruity fragrances, particularly apricot because this is very apricot forward, and you love a cacao, this is just like, this is heaven for me. If you love those notes, this will be heaven for you too. So one of my favorite releases for 2022, like seriously, I just can't get enough of this fragrance. Highly addictive, and I highly recommend it. You can actually save 10% on this if you purchase from Dior Prestige. I will link all the details on that in the description box below. Again, this is Dulce Diablo by the House of Narcotica. All right, you guys, so next up is going to be one that is quite polarizing, but if you get it, you get it and you love it. This is Cherry Oud by the House of Guerlain. This is definitely an oudi fragrance, so you have to, I cannot state that enough, you have to like oud to like this fragrance. It's not one of those oud in the background type of fragrances. You smell the oud. The oud is accented with these leathery nuances, and you have a dark, syrupy, sweet cherry. I get loads of cherry as it starts to dry down on my skin, so it's unmistakably a cherry fragrance on me. I don't know how it's gonna wear on you. I'm talking about my experience because some people are like, I get more like a rose oud combo. I get cherry, oud, then rose, and then a touch of leather. But I find that this is just a very, very dark, sexy, beautiful cherry fragrance. So if you're in the market for something like that and you love oud, you must try this one. Test on your skin for sure. Do not blind buy this. But I feel like this is a fabulous release from the house. for 2022. Again, that is Cherry Oud by Guerlain. So next up is one that took the fragrance community by storm. This is BABYCAT. This is a very, very like heavy dose of incense. This is incense number 1, vanilla number 2, suede, depending on how it wears on your skin, number 3. Some people are like, oh my God, the leather is just too much in here. I don't like leather and suede in my fragrances like that, I'm telling you, but this wears beautifully on me. It is so smooth. The vanilla is so like prominent and just sweet and gorgeous. I love this fragrance. My best blind buy of 2022 for sure, and definitely one of the top purchases for me in 2022 period. I love this fragrance. Again, a heavy dose of vanilla, heavy dose of incense, and a little touch of suede. If that sounds like something that you like with a little bit of black pepper in there, then definitely check this out. Very hard to find right now in the States. Not sure if Selfridges will have it restocked while you're watching this, but I will link what I can in the description box and hopefully you can get your hands on it because it's exquisite. Again, this is BABYCAT by YSL. All right, sticking with the leathers, another leathery one that took me by surprise. I just knew that Cherry Punk would lean masculine. I just knew that the leather would be too much, but it wasn't, because this smells so leathery on paper. Thank God it does not wear at all like that on my skin. The cherry is sweet and it's so amplified and it's beautiful. The cherry is beautiful and the leather is there. The saffron, oh my goodness, you guys. Like, this is literally giving me Duchessa, but less floral, touch of leather, and again, just a little bit more cherry, but this is so beautiful and it's not gonna break the bank. This one, again, you may wanna test this one. I do have a discount code now for the house, so if you buy direct, you can save 10% on your purchase. Again, those details will be in the description box below. But a cherry scent that just really took me by surprise, and this is Cherry Punk by Room 1015. All right, guys, so next up is going to be Pink Me Up by Atelier des Soeurs. And this had to grow on me, but as I continue to wear it, I must say it's a very, very strong like, borderline love at this point. As you can see, I mean, obviously, I've been wearing it. This is a blackberry, syrupy sweet blackberry. It is rose and it's a touch of champagne. It's not super heavy on the champagne, which is kind of what I wanted, but there is definitely a very effervescent quality to this. It's very uplifting. And for some reason, I find that this wears so beautifully in the cold weather in addition to warm weather. So you don't have to relegate this to like a spring, summer scent, because the blackberry on my skin sweetens up quite a bit. It's kind of musky, in the dry down. So if you're not a fan of musky scents, test it first. But if you want something very feminine, if it's, you're looking for something a little bit more intro to niche and just very easy to wear, and that also lives with other roses in your collection, Pink Me Up is definitely one that you need to get your nose on, and probably one of the most beautiful bottles in my collection. Okay, next up is going to be also from the house of Navitus Parfums, and this is Venom of Love. This is the collaboration with the gorgeous YouTube sister Paulina Shar. Venom of Love is a very powerhouse of a chocolate cherry fragrance. You get some almond cream in here that makes it like a very smooth, creamy, decadent, rich experience. So this has other floral components in it, and some other notes, of course, but what you're going to be getting is this very gorgeous cherry chocolate, slightly chocolate scent on a base of, gorgeous amberwood. And I absolutely love this fragrance. So if you want something sexy for date night, that is gourmand, that is sweet but not overly sweet, definitely check this one out because it is a wonderful performing fragrance, and especially for this price point. Again, that is Venom of Love by Navitus Parfums. All right, you guys, so next up on the list is going to be Minnie, and this is from the house of Sillage. Wow. A very, I would say highly addictive raspberry marshmallowy type of fragrance. I think you've got some caramel in here, and I feel like that caramel really comes out on my skin when it starts to dry down. So it makes it pretty much an irresistible, fruity, delicious, gourmand, delectable fragrance. You've got, I think, a note of whipped cream in here. So when I say, like, if you're looking for deliciousness, this is it. If you want something that is fruity, that's got some weight to it, that performs, I would say, moderately, after a couple hours, I feel like the scent, you know, dies down to more of a moderate performing. But this is a gorgeous release from the house, and I absolutely love this one, and so does my daughter. This is Minnie Mouse, and this is from the house of Sillage. All right, guys, so next up from the house, Mise en Serre, and I feel like this is a fragrance that just does not get enough attention and love, and this is Ombre Magique. So this is a very gorgeous, slightly spicy ambergris. You have a cardamom in here that is done so beautifully and smooth, but it is definitely an ode to ambergris. So if you love that note and you want something that is very chic, sophisticated, you know, very classy, this is that in a bottle. So if you have, you know, like a special event or a special date night and you want to smell exquisite, then that is what this one is for. Again, ambergris bomb. If that is your vibe, then you must check out this fragrance. This is such a stunning one from the house, and like I said, doesn't get enough love and attention. This is Ombre Magique, and this is by the house of Mise en Serre. Next up is going to be from the house of KLE, and this is Vanilla Royale Sugar Patchouli 64. These names are just a whole mouthful, but I don't mind saying it for this one, okay? So this, oh my gosh, this vanilla beauty right here. If you're a girl that gets it, I mean, we just get it. Some do and some don't, but this is a stone cold love for me. This vanilla is very dark and deep and rich and sexy. You've got a touch of oud in there. You've got just a hair of, you know, smoky leathery note in the base. You have an abundance of vanilla, little bit of creme brulee, giving it a you know, creamy, like tonic vibe. And this is a little bit woody, and it's gorgeous. Like, definitely going to be one that's not for everyone. This has a very prominent patchouli, but it is not patchouli in a bad way. This, I do not like patchouli. I do not like patchouli in like 95% of fragrances that are prominent. Like, you know, this is patchouli that you're smelling. This does not bother me, not one bit. Which is why I was quite shocked. Like, I didn't think I would like this. I really didn't. The brand was so kind enough to send me this, but I thought that I would not be raving about this fragrance. I tell you that. This has moved up to, you know, like my top KLE, and I love Vanilla 28, but this one, this is like for the niche girls. Like, this one, they really outdid themselves. It performs, it lasts, and this is slightly gourmand, but very rich and dark and sexy. So if you're in the market for something like that, then this is one you need to check out, because you're not going to break the bank. You can easily start out with a 10 ml. You don't have to start out with the full bottle, which is something that I love that the brand offers. So if you're on the fence about any of the notes, try a smaller bottle first. But this is just gorgeous. Like, this is a gorgeously executed vanilla fragrance, and I can't get enough of it. This is definitely one of my favorite releases for the year 2022. And again, this is from the house of KLE, Vanilla Royale Sugar Patchouli 64. All right, you guys, so this one, oh my goodness, this little blue bottle, you know how much I love this fragrance. This is Blue Hearts from the house of Tamim, and I raved about this so much. Just smelling it just took me there. I raved about this so much over the summer. This is coconut. It's like a dry coconut. It is a very, very present saffron, which makes it super sexy. And it's very, very musky. You've got a little bit of like a cypriol in there, which I think can lend it a slightly oudy quality. But overall, it is just so well blended and so beautifully executed. You don't know what you're smelling. At the end of the day, you can probably pick out, okay, yes, this is musky. Smell some saffron, but it's a whole lot of beautifulness going on, you know, with this formula, and I just love it. I love it, love it, love it. When I want to smell, you know, very sensual, but in an elevated, unique way, this is one I go for. I've tried to like really hold back on spraying this, on using it, just because I'm gonna have to get another bottle. Like, this will absolutely be repurchased, and they don't make 100 mils to my knowledge. I think this is only available in a 50 mil. So yeah, this I think you can only get from Selfridges. You can check Harrods, but I don't know of anyone in the US that carries this particular one from the house. Even if they carry Tammy, I don't know that they would carry this one. So a love, 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 love for me. And this again is Blue Heart from the house of Tammy. All right, you guys. So next up is going to be from the house of Maison Mataha, and this is Escapade Gourmande. It is so rich and sweet and decadent, and on that straightforward vanilla side, but that black sugar, a tonka bean, a little touch of amber gives it just enough, you know, in the background to make it a little interesting and wear beautifully. There's a creamy essence or component, ooh, to this, and it's just, do you want to smell delicious and irresistible? Okay, that's all. I don't even need to say no. I just need to point. Escapade Gourmande. It is so good. I'm telling you. If you love straightforward vanilla and you want something very rich and decadent, that doesn't get too cloying in my opinion, then definitely check this one out. It's a love and a wonderful vanilla release for 2022. All right, my loves, and so the last one on this list is going to be God of Fire. This thing just kept selling out, and for good reason. It was all the rage this summer, and I feel like you can wear this maybe at the start of fall, but the notes, it really sings to, like, you know, a spring summer type of scent. It's very mango forward, though I wouldn't just say this is a mango scent. I feel like it's beautifully balanced with other fruits. You got some red berries in there. You have a very, very, you know, prominent lemon or citrus component to it. And it's very musky. So if you love those like really musky Tiziana Terenzi type fragrances, though the DNA is very different in here, you will probably still enjoy this one. It's, like I said, it's a musk bomb, but it is definitely the most decadent, beautiful red berry mango fragrance in my collection. This is like rich vibes. And again, like if you want to stand out, if you want to smell like that girl, but with mangoes and red berries, this is one to have in your collection. Again, that is God of Fire by Stefan Humbert Lucas. All right, you guys, we made it. So that is 22 fragrances that were released in 2022. And I feel like the best because my collection is the best. So this was the best of 2022 in my opinion. I just, wow, what a year. I cannot believe the year has escaped us and we're heading into 2023. I want to just take this moment to thank you all for so much support this year. The way my channel has grown this year, I am in disbelief, and I am so unbelievably grateful for each and every one of you that tune in, that like, that comment. I love you all. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel, you guys, if this is your first time here. If you're just not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Show your girls some love. Make sure you give the video a big thumbs up if you found any value in the content, and make sure notification bell is turned on, set to all. It is IMPERIAL. I love you all, YouTube family. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, all of the things, and I will catch you guys on the next one.